Yvonne got given one of those candle warmers, and I just think they're ridiculous. I just think they're crazy. However, I walk in our kitchen and I think, oh, wow, it smells really good in here. It works, you know what I mean? And it smells nice. When you walk in a room, what's the aroma that people sense? Not with their nose. What's the aroma that they sense? Attitude. Okay, lastly, here we go. Lastly, new aroma. Okay. I'm hoping you all showered, so I'm not offending anybody today, all right? New aroma. Some of you could use it. No, sorry. We could all use it, actually. Let me give a couple examples. Yvonne got given one of those candle warmers, and I just think they're ridiculous. I just think they're crazy. However, I walk in our kitchen and I think, oh, wow, it smells really good in here. It works, you know what I mean? And it smells nice. When you walk in a room, what's the aroma that people sense? Not with their nose. What's the aroma that they sense? Okay, come home. We walk in our garage, through our garage almost all the time, open the garage door, and the aroma of dinner hits me. Oh, that's a good aroma, isn't it? See, I waited till the very end to say something about that because now you're all going to want to go to lunch right now. But that waft of freshly prepared, delicious food, right? It's like, oh, that smells good. That smells good, right? All right. So, what is your aroma when you walk in a room and there are others there? 2 Corinthians chapter 2, verses 15 and 16. For we are a fragrance of Christ to God among those who are being saved and among those who are perishing. To the one, an aroma of death to death, and the other, an aroma from life to life. All right, we are a fragrance of Christ. And when we walk in a room, we should be emitting a fragrance that is, I have new life in Jesus Christ. Now, some will and think, a Christian again? Fine. I don't want them to be offended at Dan, but if they take offense at Jesus Christ, maybe that's a step they need to know him. And to believers, we should have this sense of us that is, hey, I'm following Christ. He's given me life. And as you smell that, you think, you know, my life doesn't smell quite so aromatic as that person's. I'm a little scentless, right? And it's good for us as we come together as a body of believers, as a family in God, that we would encourage one another to live fully for God. And as we do that, our attitude of living is sensed by people, and it should be an encouragement. And sometimes we can confront somebody on their level of following after God in their life, not by saying, hey, dummy, what are you thinking? But by living in a way that shows it's important to us. We sometimes do the hey, dummy statement quickly, but we don't see that if we lived in a fragrant way for God, it would be apparent. that their life stinks right now. And so we are fragrant of Christ. We are, when we live our lives, we are emitting an attitude that smells great to some and offensive to some. Okay. Let's make it all about Christ, not about me. Let's make it all about what He wants. And if the love of Christ is offensive to somebody, then allow that to be offensive to them. If fully following God is a confrontation to a believer because they're not, let it be a confrontation. Right? But what should happen is also, along with those abrupt smells that they might sense in that, is alongside that sense of, well, whatever that is, I want some of that. Now, not completely, obviously, but I've been somewhat low-carbish over the past decade. And so at those times when I'm the most low-carb and somebody bakes bread, it doesn't even have to be a pie. It doesn't even have to be sweet, just dough. You know what I'm saying? You walk in, you're like, oh, that smells so good, right? That's the idea, that although having an attitude of being in Christ is confrontive in some ways, knowing who Christ is and living for Him can be an aroma that others would sense, and they would say, oh, yeah, that's good. That's good. But we can't do that if I'm the center of it. If I'm pursuing what Dan wants, that aroma comes off as me. That's not good. That's not where we want to be. We want to be having the fragrance of Christ in our life. And so I would ask you, what do people smell when you walk in the room? Not asking about whether you showered or brushed your teeth or any of that. But what is your attitude? What is that emitting? Are we living in a way that declares whatever else I am Christ? My identity is found in Christ. And so if whatever I do, whatever else I am, it starts with, I'm His. I'm His. And I got to tell you, that's where fulfillment in life really is.